Hello and welcome to tutorials on drivethelane.com. I am your host, Stoneman, and today we'll be discussing signing up for the team. So what you want to do is you make your way to this sign up page at drivethelane.com/signup. It's a pretty simple form, just a couple pitfalls to warn you about. So to get started, first of all, your username. This is not only how you'll log into the site, it is also how other coaches will see you in the game and get in touch with you on the message board, stuff like that. So choose something you like there. Uh, Next up is your email. Make sure this is a valid email address. Once you submit this form, you're going to receive a confirmation email with an activation link that you'll need to follow to log into your team for the first time. So choose something good there. Um, Next up is team name. This is kind of your first big decision. Something to avoid here is do not include a city in your team name. So for example, do not name your team Dallas Cowboys because what's going to happen is you'll be assigned a city. So in that case, you might end up coaching the New York Dallas Cowboys. And since you probably don't want that, think of this as where you would put your mascot, since this is a college game, not the name of the school itself. So moving on, obviously password, this is just how you'll log into the site, so pick something you'll remember there. Up next are a couple of drop-down menus here. First of all, league. If you know someone who plays on drivethelane.com, ask them what to put here so that you'll end up in the same league as them. If not, just leave it as any and we'll find you an opening. Next up here is team. Earlier I told you that you'll be assigned a city. You do have the opportunity to request one. So this is where you'll do that. There's a drop down with 256 teams in it. So if you happen to be a fan of educational television from my childhood, you might want to go for a play on words here and name your team Reading Rainbow, even though it's really Reading. That's great. Clever team names absolutely encouraged. However, one thing to keep in mind is that if this team, Reading, already has a human coach, you will simply be assigned a random city. So in that case, you might end up coaching the Providence Rainbow, for example. So since you probably don't want that, what you're going to want to do is just leave this as any and choose a team name that will fit with any city. The exception is that, again, if you have friends who play on drivethelane.com, they will be able to tell you which of these teams are vacant. So in that case, you could pick something specific that you know is vacant, but if you don't, just leave these as any and pick a good versatile team name. Next up, how did you hear about us? Obviously, just valuable information for the people that run drivethelane.com. And lastly, referring coach. If you do have friends that play the game and brought you over, there's a little referral bonus. So go ahead and ask them for their coach name and put it in the box. If you don't know anyone, that's fine. Just leave it blank. When you hit submit here, like I said, you'll soon receive a confirmation email with that activation link. You'll follow that, get logged in for the first time, and at that point, you'll want to find my next video on how to get started.